simple, improvised self-defense tool, homemade, something you can pick up very easily, very inexpensively. I got these from Lowe's for 64 cents each. It's just an inch or a 3-inch quarter, 3/4 inch hex nut, nickel plated. It's nice and heavy. 64 cents each. I got two, and I already had some of this paracord that I used to make my monkey fists with. This is kind of an improvised monkey fist, really. Monkey fist is something that you can carry in your hand. Usually has a string or a chain attached. It's a ball. The ones I use are metal like this, and they're 1.5 inches. They're very heavy, and then you wrap it with a certain design. So it's wrapped in paracord, and then you can wrap it around your finger, hold it in your hand so it becomes a fist load. You do the same thing with 2 or 3 of these. If you were to attach them together and hold it, now you have a nice heavy fist load. So something that keeps your knuckles from collapsing, and something that has some weight to it. But you can also use it as a flail. And you know, one of the nastiest things you can run into is a bad guy, a piece of dog poo, carrying one of these trying to hurt you. And he's slashing, he's stabbing at you, and you don't really take this on with your hand. You tried to run, you couldn't get it. Of course, if you can run, get away. But if you can't, and you're fighting somebody who has a blade or another weapon, and you weren't able to carry anything, so you're in a non-permissive environment, like in an airplane. Great thing about this is you can throw these into your backpack, your carry-on, as long as you don't attach them. And you might not even have this. You can use your shoelace. So you take your shoelace off, and I'll show you what we're going to do with this paracord, this 550 paracord. And I'm in my car getting ready to go to work, but I thought I'd take a minute before I change my shirt. Just came from exercising outside. It's a gorgeous day today. True Human Experiences. Hi, Matt. Hope you're well and thriving. I am. I hope the same and pray the same for you. So, hello, Bill. It's good to see you. Bill's in Vegas. So you carry pick your length. I'm gonna do the length of, let's see, I'll use my lanyard, my work lanyard, thing I wear around my neck. I gotta put it on anyway. Make it like a necklace, so about that long. Use your blade, cut it. Now that's gonna unravel very quickly, unless you also use my gun bag. I always carry a lot of medical supplies in there. Always have a heat source. I like these electric lighters. They seem to always work in the wind. Heat that up. And then with your fingers, squeeze it down. Hello, Doug. It's good to see you this morning. We're making a flail. One of the least expensive self-defense tools you can get. It's a hex nut from Lowe's. You can get them at Home Depot, True Value Hardware here in the States. That's my lanyard. Or a do-it-yourself shop. Now you can do any kind of knot you want. If you want to do like a Western Union knot, I'm just going to tie a simple knot there. You can see that. Just something that's not going to come undone. The nice thing about 550 cord or paracord, is the stuff we used in the military, is that when you get it tight, you have a nice little knot at the end. You don't want it to come undone when you start to swing it around as a flail. Now, the way I would use this and suggest you think about using it, and you can put in the comment section how you would use it or how you use a flail. The idea is you now have a heavy piece of metal that you can swing and smash into somebody to back them up. If they're coming at you with a blade, you can see if you make this long enough, you're gonna have some reach advantage, so you can hit him before he hits you. You can swing it at the hand that's carrying that weapon, or hit him in the face with it, take out his ability to see you, stab you, come after you. So you put it around your thumb, and then just like you're wearing a wristband, you can carry it like that with your nut. I should have made mine a little bit longer. You got your fist load again, so you can put it in your hand. If you wanted to put both of them in there, you could make it even more devastating. If you want to do 2 or 3, you can make it hit even harder. When you put these together, you can do that knot, put them on there for the sake of this discussion. Put that in my mouth. That's where you put it when you don't want to lose it. Gonna make a different knot here. And it's just really quick. You can, like I said, you can have a couple of these in a bag, a carry-on, going into a lot of, or in your pocket, non-permissive environments, places you're not allowed to carry a blade, a gun, because someone's gonna put a comment in the comment section that says, just carry a gun. Let's pretend you can't, for whatever reason. You live in a country where you can't have them anymore, or you never were allowed to have them. You live, or you have to go to the courthouse, you have to go to the airport, you have to go, down here we have something called the Bright Line. It's a high-speed rail, and they have metal detectors. You can't take all the self-defense tools. Yesterday, I went with a group of kids to a certain place, and normally you have to go through the front door, and they have 6 police officers there, and they make sure that you don't have anything on you. You have to go through the metal detectors. We actually went in the back, and I was able to open carry, because that's my job. I had my uniform and my badge and my all my credentials on. And then later someone came up and said, hey, you're really not supposed to have those in here, even as security. Can you put them back in your car? And I did. I went out, put them in the safe that's in my car, and I just transferred and carried concealed, which I was allowed to. You have, but the point is, you can carry this now. See, I made a better knot there, just a simple knot. That around your thumb. You can, like I said, I'd maybe make it a little bit longer, carrying it in your hand. I'll pretend that it went around one more time around my wrist, and then you simply just drop, and then you can swing it. You can hold it through your middle finger, hold it this way. You can swing it, and you'll be able to, you can knock somebody out if you have enough weight there and you swing it hard enough. Or you can smash. This is going to tear up flesh. This is going to, smash his eye. It's going to break his nose. It's going to break his teeth out of his mouth. If he's coming at you and it's life or death and you're trying to defend yourself, this could save your life for $1.28. These are 64 cents each. And then if you don't use paracord, you use your shoelace. The boots that I wear, the boots I wear have very heavy duty shoelaces. Some boots, I used to replace my shoelaces with paracord, but I buy nice military style boots that have shoelaces that are very effective. And then, or you can get those wristbands. You can make your own. I used to make them with the kids, and we sold them as a fundraiser for the homeless. But they're wristbands made out of paracord. But the point is, you can carry paracord in a pocket, and then, Apocalypse says practice it so that you don't get the ricochet, meaning that when you, and make sure again, you either attach it on your thumb or one of your fingers as you hold it. That's going to help you hold it better. And then if someone were to try to rip it out of your hand, you'll be able to open your hand and let it go so you don't pull your finger off. And Gary says, try to string it through one nut, not the cord, and then string it through the other one. So if you were to take a little bit more time and play around with this a little bit and come up with a design that you like, you can make it so that these are not going to slide back and forth, and you can get them nice and tight against each other. And like I said, maybe even 3. If I had 3 in my hand, or 4 even, that's a really solid fist load that weighs a lot for less than $2, or maybe less than $3. It'll be what, $2.44, $2.44 if you get 4 of these. And Doug, thank you, by the way, for that super chat. That's amazing. Thank you very much. But the point is, very inexpensive, homemade, non-permissive environment, self-defense tool, improvised. When you have to go someplace and you know you can't carry a blade, you know you can't carry one of these, you can't carry some of the things that you normally would, but you think there might be some trouble. Mariano asks, will you break your knuckles? You won't. If you hold it in here, no, you're not likely to break your knuckles. There's a basic rule in self-defense. It's hard to soft, soft to hard. So the head is hard. That's where palm strikes come in. The flesh on the face, even though there's bone in there, the nose, that's hard to soft. Soft, could be a fatal strike. Solar plexus, knocking someone's wind out. You don't always have to punch the face. You put this fist load in there and you punch someone hard enough, knock their wind out. You can stop someone by punching them in the solar plexus. But we're mostly going to use this. I'm going to mostly use this as a flail and swinging it. And as you know, so now
joining the 1K club, and we're
sorry about that. Now I can take that off and use that as I can wear it as a necklace, or like I said, you know, you keep these in a bag. If you feel like you're in a dangerous situation, there's a case of a young man, former Marine, who was on the subway, and he stepped in. Yeah, Doug says, do you remember when the law enforcement used to carry the, he said SAP gloves, but are you talking about the Billy Club? Not the Billy, what do we call that? The, yeah, Apocalypse Survivor says free Daniel Penny. So we're talking about the blackjack. That's what we're thinking of, blackjack. Those are very effective. But yeah, so, you know, Daniel Penny, this poor guy, who, not a poor guy, he's a hero. He was on the subway with some of his friends. There was a man came on, he threatened to kill everybody, and he had been in and out of jail multiple times for aggressively physically assaulting and hurting people. Daniel Penny steps in and puts him in a chokehold. The man died, not because of Daniel Penny. It's coming out now that he was still alive when law enforcement get there. He was still breathing. He still had a pulse. And anyway, the point isn't to argue the Daniel Penny case. The point is to say, you know, this would have been a different option if you were on there, and because he was coming at people, and if you had the ability to defend yourself with a flail, you could have been. Yeah, the gloves, right? So Doug was talking about the lead that was loaded in their gloves. So when you carry a fist load, boxers have done this. It's a cheating technique. It's not legal. But you know, just having something in your hand when they wrap it makes your hands heavier. That's what the idea of a fist load is. So when you hit, you have so much more power than you would naturally. It becomes a force accelerator, and you will knock somebody out. You break their jaw for self-defense, and that's basically just what this is. So put in the comment section, would you use a flail? Do you already carry something like this? You know, what are your thoughts about it? What works, what doesn't work? As you said earlier, make sure you train and practice. Set up a, you know, you can do it on the bag and get used. Go line it first. See how it's going to bounce back at you. Like everything else, like the nunchucks, you have to follow through with your strikes. And Comfy Dream asks how you use it. You use it as a flail. And I can't do it here inside the car, but you basically swing it into the person who is coming at you. He's got something in his hand. You can smash. That hurts. This will break some of the knuckles in his hand. This will break his fingers. This will hurt enough to make him back up. Or you smash it and you hit him into the face with it, and you'll be able to defend yourself with that. Yeah, Dan says your keys on a lanyard are also a good option. Yeah, and the master lock and a bandana. That's another simple, easy way. Master lock, we use American locks, which are even heavier. It's a heavier metal, and you put that in a bandana and you can swing that. Rocks in a sock, a lock in a sock. It's all the same thing. It's a flail. It's just swinging, a swinging self-defense tool. But this is one that you can make yourself. I put the description, or in the links, put a description to what these are. In the description, you can go click the two links. This is the lanyard, or the paracord 550 cord, and these are just 3/4 inch nuts. If you can find bigger ones than these too. The bigger they are, the heavier they are, the harder they're going to hit. But it's a super simple, improvised, homemade self-defense tool that could save your life if you find yourself in a position where there's a bad guy coming at you. Yeah, Lone Center says a monkey ball. Same thing. This is also considered to be a monkey fist. You can carry this in your hand with your hand closed. You can smash with it. Again, you might want to tie these in a way so that the rope goes around the nut and then goes through it again so that they don't move. And then you can put them together that way. And then you carry it in your hand with the rope around your finger. And then you can punch, and then you can also swing it. And then it'll come forward and add insult to injury and move him back, get him out of your face for self-defense. But it's a simple self-defense tool, homemade, improvised, could save your life. You never know. But the point is, you learn how to fight with anything and everything. You're not able to carry this. You can't carry your blade. This is a force multiplier. It takes what you have, multiplier takes what you have naturally, your arms, your arm strength, your body strength, and then just gives you more power.